Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, I've noticed this trend of anti-literacy sweeping across the United States and really around the world. And this isn't just about the schools, saying they're not teaching our kids right or that's why they're getting held behind, because this is happening to people in my age group, people who I graduated with, and I consider myself someone who knows how to read, and deeper than that, someone who can pick up the words that the author is putting down. A while ago, I had made a video about people who use the term media literacy as an insult, but this is a bit more shallow than that. This just has to do with reading in general being frowned upon or made fun of. I first noticed this because of a meme. It was a picture of a guy who was leaning out of his dorm room window, or just apartment window, who's to say. He's all propped up, he's got a book in his hands, and someone had captioned over it saying, "You're not a vibe, bro." But was he even trying to be, or was he just getting some fresh air and some natural light while he read his book? This conversation has sprung up again because of the NBA All-Star game that passed, and an interlocker room conversation between two European players. The rookie player, Victor Wembanyama, also known as Wemby, has been making some commotion because he reads before all of his games. This caused some commotion in the locker room at the All-Star game.
You really brought a book?
Yeah, I read before every game. Is that this crazy? It's not like I brought.
I've seen a lot of cope about this, saying this is just an East and West European thing. After all, Joker's from Serbia and Wemby's from France. But I'm inclined to dismiss that line of thinking because I'm not a nationalistic racist. I don't think where you're born affects your literacy. Obviously, some of you have never met inner city Parisians, and one of the smarter, more college-educated people I've met in my life is a Serbian man. Shout out Nikakaga. Hope you're doing well. I think this is closer to just a masculinity problem. This perception that reading is somehow less manly, that the only interest a man should have in words or numbers is whether or not his horses have won at the track. But I think by dismissing reading so outright and blatantly, you're only proving to harm yourself. In my mind, it's the same sort of person who says you shouldn't work out in this modern age because we have computers and all this stuff to assist us. You're only serving to harm yourself. Personally, I don't know if this is a new thing or not. I can't tell because when I was young, my mother and father seemed very adamant on us really paying attention to the stuff we watched and the stuff we read. They wanted us to really think about it and to explain why we thought that way. And I didn't realize that's because they wanted us to actually be literate. My parents understood that there was more to the words on the page than just what they said, that there were lessons to be learned in all these books, and that they could teach you about who you are as a person and about the people around you. Even in fantasy stories, it's not like this stuff came from nowhere. These involve real thoughts, real people, their love, their heartache, and their struggles. And to me, there's nothing more human than exploring every facet of humanity. Because you're never going to get all of this on your own. You have to learn from other perspectives. Now, when it comes to reading, I'm not someone who's going to tell you that ebooks aren't real, that using something like Audible where someone reads to you means you're not really reading a book. Most of you, don't take this the wrong way, have a hard time reading. The way that you read the words on the page is very robotic. You don't have that sort of natural flow and cadence for reading books. And that's okay. That's a skill you need to develop, and listening to other people read to you should help you learn a more natural flow for reading. It may seem silly, but if you do have an ebook, try and find the regular book and read along with them. Maybe you can start to pick up the differences in how it sounds in your head versus how it sounds in their mouth, and it can work out for you. Now, this will be the first time I've ever asked of this in one of my videos, but I am leaving you with some homework today. The next time you watch a movie or read a book, or play a video game, or even watch a cartoon, I want you to sit down afterwards and really think about what ideas the author was trying to present to you. What did each character seem to represent? What ideas were they bringing to the table? Do you think the author agrees with those ideas? And what does it mean to you? If this sounds like I'm trying to get you to write a book report in 3rd grade, I am. I would like you to consider doing this with everything you read or watch moving forward, and then you can go online and read reviews. And then you can start talking about it with your friends. You need to come up with your own ideas first. Once you can start thinking for yourself with the media you consume, this will make it a lot easier for you to reach your own conclusions in your real life. This will also help you with your interconversational skills. Every time you've had a moment where you didn't know what to say or you should have thought of something clever, reading books is going to help you with that. And there might be a day where someone says, "Oh, you stole that from this author." Yeah, I did. I'm glad you read that book too. Now you have something in common. By refusing to read, by embracing anti-literacy, you are only hurting yourself. And if this is you, I really hope this is an eye-opener and you can work around this. And I know books can be expensive, but you don't have to buy them. Your libraries are still here for the time being, so get a library card, check out a book. They even have movies there too. Maybe just watch something you've never seen before. And I hope you can take the time to really drink it up instead of just embracing it in the moment. But until you bring me your papers back for grading, y'all try to have a good day.